Okay, we're gonna start, ladies, ready? Okay,
Hi, Gabby.
good afternoon, ladies. Today is, Monday, May the 12th, it's 5:30, we're at the Joseph Library, and I'm gonna, call the meeting to order. The Laredo Commission for Women, would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Oops, we don't
Oh.
have flags.
Where are the flags? Okay, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Angie, can you please do roll call?
Yes.
Thank you.
María Zambudio.
Here.
Guadalupe Ramirez.
Here.
Gabriela Morales Richards.
Present.
Virtual. Mary Lou Ibarra.
Here.
Absent. Frida Figueroa.
Here.
Silvia Palombo.
Present.
Leticia Guajardo Martinez. Absent. Esther Pirova.
Present.
Diana Rodriguez.
Present.
Laura Yáñez.
Present.
Present. Virtual. Sandra Cabezas Ayala.
Present.
Julia Rubio.
She just got married on Saturday.
Yes, but she has, she should be here or.
That was Saturday.
You know, she might be in Europe, but
Break,
she shouldn't be on the Zoom.
Rosa María de Llano.
Present.
her a break.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum, okay, thank you very much, Angie.
You didn't
Next.
call my name.
She did, she just did. I just did.
Oh,
Rosa María de
I
Llano.
didn't hear it for,
Yes, you were
for protesting. it.
Virtual.
You were
Right now.
Okay. Are we done with roll call?
Yes.
Yes, okay, we have a quorum, thank you, Angie. Next we go to item number 4, the minutes. I believe we have minutes for March the
Yes.
10th and for April the 14th, ladies. If you all would, look through those so that we can, vote for approving them or not.
March the 10th y el otro,
March, April 14th.
aquí están.
And we have, of course, a new secretary, Frida, that is taking minutes now for the, May minutes, correct?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes.
I second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the March 10th and April 14th minutes. All those in favor? In favor? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Thank you. Okay, the minutes have been approved. All right, and we don't have public comments, there's nobody here for public comments. Okay, communications and announcements. I would like to announce that, the city of Laredo will be celebrating the 270th, anniversary birthday celebration on Saturday, May the 17th. And so the information is in your packet, this little pink flyer. I'm sorry, no, pink, this little pink flyer, and it does not have any specific information as to things, what is
time.
going
They told me
on.
to use, to scan the QR code.
Okay,
Since the information keeps updating,
Okay.
changing, they wanna do this better.
Pero no tienen
The flyer, they're not using the
itinerary.
flyer anymore.
the time. They
It's
should
not,
have at least the time.
yeah, it's.
I
don't
know
you
that,
just
I
scan
know
it.
for a fact that on Saturday morning, at the San Agustin Plaza, they're gonna have the grand opening, right, Chava? You know?
Saturday morning?
Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, I
Oh,
believe.
okay,
You
well,
can't-
at
you're
least
gonna-
we have
you
at
can't
10
log
o'clock.
If you can.
So
That's,
it's at 10 o'clock?
I don't know.
Ah, I thought you said 10.
I said.
I got it.
I heard that it was at 10 o'clock in the morning, but again, it says here to scan the code and
Yeah,
I'm
let me scan
scanning it.
it
It went
and see
through.
what-
it went through.
It went-
Okay.
I couldn't
And
see
this will
the
give you
time.
specifically more information.
It was taken.
So that is, what they're planning to do. I believe there's gonna be things happening downtown. in the Center for the Arts, in the Heritage Foundation. Yes, because I talked, yes.
Did you, were
I
you
did.
able to get her?
Yeah, I talked to her, yeah.
Ah, qué bueno.
And
qué bueno.
then, thank you. Oh, here it is. Thank you, Esther. Okay, I'm gonna read this for you all. It says the Webb County Heritage Foundation, is proud to announce Laredo's 270th birthday celebration to be held on Saturday, May 17, 2025. The milestone event honors Laredo founding in 1755, making it older than the United States, and celebrates nearly 3 centuries of rich history, culture, and community. Hosted by the WC, the foundation, the Webb County Heritage Foundation, and made possible through the support of numerous local partners. The celebration promotes a full day of festivities for residents and visitors alike. Everyone is invited to gather in downtown Laredo for the vibrant showcase as the city's heritage and spirit. Okay, so there's gonna be a farmer's market, pop-up shops and vendors markets, museum exhibits, history presentations, live music performances, family, friends, art activities, evening concert in the park, and much more. It does not give specific times other than all of that, and then the community partners as well. And further information is forthcoming. Don't miss the unforgettable celebration and join us on May 17th, a new day. And then that's it. It doesn't say specifically what time these events are going to be taking place. So I'm assuming that as they, well, it's this Saturday already.
Por eso,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
by
this
this
Saturday.
token, they should have
They
a
should have
time.
already,
It says most activities are free and open to the public, providing opportunities for
What
guests.
time in the morning, you know, and
I believe it's from, I saw somewhere from 10 to 3. From 10 in the morning all the way to 3, and then some things in the evening.
but at least it gives you a time, you know, that you think that would be something you can work around.
especially with the time frame.
You don't
What is
have
it?
anything specifically?
No, nothing. Háblale al mayor, por favor.
What is this?
You don't know, Angie, anything about this?
No,
Please,
ma'am.
yeah, and it's a know
I think
nothing
it's
club.
inside.
I don't hear anything specific.
And it says, let me give you all a number, okay? 727-0977. This is the Heritage Foundation. It says for more information, call 727-0977 to find out, if you wanna find out more specific information.
Probably just the hour, because todo está ahí. ya.
Todo está aquí.
Todo está ahí, nomás la hora.
0977.
Yeah.
You're like.
Let
it's an
me
hour.
repeat the number again. 956-727-0977. And that's for the QR code. Perfect, thank you, Esther.
The farmer's market will be, usually they're the first ones that are open, ready to go, so 10 would be the latest, because they normally do it
Yes.
earlier, but.
And I know that they're having the kickoff, I believe it's 10, because I told them I have to be somewhere at 11, and they said
Okay.
something between 9 and 10, but I think,
Well, that sounds like a good hour, doesn't mean everybody's waking up, I guess.
so that's this information.
Very well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, as far as actions are concerned, on item 7, update report by Program Chair Guadalupe Ramirez on our next presenters.
We met a couple of weeks ago, and it was, present was Mary Lou, Amalia Zamudio, Rosa De Llano, and Sandra Cavazos, and myself. And we were discussing, for education purposes, our speaker in June. And I have to give credit to Sandra, she was the one that called the speaker. Miss Becky Cos Morales, she's the assistant superintendent, and she will be speaking to us on the pros and cons of the school vouchers that they were just signed into a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, so she'll,
and any, whatever changes, right?
yeah, she'll give us up to date on that.
And she's superintendent?
Assistant superintendent.
Assistant Superintendent for UISD.
UISD.
Yes.
I never heard her name.
Yes, and for
Repeat the name again, Lupita, please.
Becky Cos Morales. Becky Cos Morales. She will be speaking to us on the vouchers.
Cost, COSS.
COSS.
So what were you saying, Lupita? I'm sorry.
And for September, our speaker for September will be Becky Palomo on the legal.
Can you tell us the dates on, for the education?
June, that will be our next meeting.
June
It's
9th.
going to be
June the 9th.
Okay.
June the 9th.
And then in September, the meeting for September is, can I say Angie?
September the 8th.
September the 8th.
And that's gonna be Becky Palomo.
Yes, September 8th, Becky Palomo. June the 9th, Becky Cos Morales.
In reference to the legal, do you have any idea on what topic she would be talking about?
No, we don't have a topic.
No, but if you have any suggestions, I can let her know.
Yeah, yes,
Because she has plenty of time to still work on.
definitely.
On the
So-
rule of law.
So what do you have suggestions?
Oh, there's a lot of, yeah,
The laws
a
also.
lot, yeah,
Very-
so I
right.
think we can just get together and
Yeah.
kind of say, what
Right,
about
yeah.
this, what do you think about
Yeah.
this?
We still have another meeting, we have, well,
Prior
next
to that.
next meeting is not a meeting, it's a presenter.
Right.
But then, that's it, and then we have, August,
Mhm.
right?
So we have August free.
No, we have July, we're not having a meeting, but we have August before she presents.
Presents, yeah.
So when we meet before
So
that, so we
if
can
I
say.
heard it right,
Yeah, let's
I'm
meet.
sorry, if I heard it right, there is no meeting in July, is that correct?
Yes,
Correct.
Okay, got it, thanks.
thank you.
And I think that if we're going to propose a topic,
Mhm.
it would be more relevant if it's a topic affecting the woman
Right.
population.
Right.
And
Well, the women's, truthfully, there's a lot, but
Yes.
the women's rights or the women's,
Mhm.
at the workforce, the women's with, the way, well, I don't wanna be very specific right now, cause I need to be careful, but if we just focus on what the woman can do to manage legally, the issues that we're being confronted with, and we're not gonna talk, I mean, we'll discuss that if you don't mind, and then we all agree on it, it's not
Right,
just,
yes.
yeah, for the next time.
If I might say something that I think, because I've been approached to see if we could help out, and it doesn't have to be just the women, but it's mostly for women. Cuando te para
Right.
la migración,
That's what I'm
¿verdad?
referring to.
That they have rights,
One
you
of
know,
them.
and sister, one of our sister nuns, yeah, well, she doesn't know Spanish, pero yes, she wants to go to the different churches and talk to women in, men or whatever, but women in particular, to give them their
That's what I
rights,
wanted to.
because cuando te paras, they get scared, and
So
I
you
have
nailed it.
already heard that.
You nailed it, that's exactly what
Por
I
eso
saw.
digo, de eso ahorita y también the law that right now, they don't wanna give you a hearing.
But,
You have to have a hearing.
but because of immigration issues,
Yeah.
what are the rights of the judges? You know, how far can the judges implement, what are the steps?
Right,
That's what
and in
I-
regards to
And
the
that's her
judges,
role
yes.
as a judge.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
maybe she'll be familiar
Sí,
with
sí,
the
sí, sí.
immigration and let her know, cause maybe she just wanna bring somebody else along with her, but
Yes,
I
yeah,
think-
I'll talk to her about it.
Okay.
You're
She'll have an
very
answer.
right, because right now that's something that everybody wants to know. What are my rights? And when you get stopped, you get scared, and I already heard, stories.
You talking about the legal woman or the legal woman?
No, legal.
yeah, I
Sí,
know.
lo
Well,
que
in general,
este-
because I mean, they could stop me
And they don't know if you're legal or illegal.
Right.
and if you don't have your papers
The
with
thing
you,
is that they scare you so much, you get all like this,
you
¿verdad?
panic.
Y estás buscando algo, y ya, we'll talk about that later,
So
but
she
anyway, I think
understands.
that that's
She can
something.
bring up-
I mean,
we can ask her
like, for
questions.
example, my mom is here legally, she's a resident, but she doesn't know English.
Right, there's a lot of people that are legally,
So
but
if
don't
they
speak
stop her,
English.
she's gonna get scared and they will probably
Yes.
take her just because she doesn't speak the language.
You know, what phone
Precisely
number
that-
do they call, where can they get assistance for, all of those things are important.
Precisely, por eso
Yeah.
digo que they have to know their rights, hey, wait a minute, I know my rights, this and this, you have a warrant for my arrest. That's one of the things, I work at the courts and I remember all of that. So I think that that's a very good topic.
Okay.
Maybe give give a handout also that we can share?
They have little red cards which say what you need, what you can say
Right.
when they stop you or when they go up to your house.
Ándale.
So like that, maybe we can do something and print them out and
Mhm.
hand them out to
That would
people.
be great.
Okay, you have
Yeah.
those? Okay.
Pero
thank you very
también
much.
tener
On
como
that
un
day
practice
of
para
September.
ellas, you
They
know,
just
si
need
alguien
to
te
tell us
para,
what to put on the
te
card.
van
A little script.
No, they already
She
have
already
it.
has
She
it.
already
Already
has
It has it.
Yeah.
They already
Who
have it.
has them?
I don't know. It's like an immigration rights website,
Oh, okay.
and they
Sure. Yes.
created a red card.
Perfect.
And we need to have those made and pass them out to everybody that we know.
Yeah, that would be great.
Frida, so can you help?
I think that was
Okay,
huge,
perfect.
huge.
Yeah, it's
If you
very
need
good.
a coffee machine, let me know.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me just backtrack a little bit, Lupita, in regards to going back to our next, our June
June.
presentation. Just a reminder, invite people that are maybe parents of the district or of both districts, because it's gonna affect both districts in the same way. If you know somebody that has children in school districts that are concerned about the vouchers, she has a lot of information. In fact, she's working on her doctorate. She told me she was so excited. She goes, "I'm working on my doctorate, and my topic is vouchers and how we're gonna affect,
So she's gonna be great.
So she's knowledgeable. She was so excited when I said, I've been asked a lot of questions. How are those vouchers gonna work? Who's gonna be? How do you apply?
When do they go in effect?
I think this coming year. So
Yeah.
she'll give us that information in June, which is perfect because then the school year starts in
Yeah.
August.
Yeah.
I already have several that wanna come and learn more about.
So what's the
Okay.
capacity and where are we gonna have
45
it?
in here, right, Angie? Is that correct? 45 capacity
35 or 45?
here. I remember 45.
Okay.
Now, also, Angie, let me just remind you that they did approve, the extra snacks for that meeting.
Yeah, we have,
You have that, okay, so up to 45 people,
Yes.
if, we all bring 2 to 3 people.
Yeah.
I think it was a very good topic, because most of the women have children or
Grandchildren.
grandchildren.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sí, sí,
And
sí.
if this voucher,
Just-
and if this voucher
They don't
goes
know.
into effect this year, it's gonna be several years that it's gonna be there. For the people that have 2 or 3-year-olds, it's still going to affect them. Yes.
Okay, so no, she's very excited. When I asked her, she was really excited.
Well, I personally don't have any friends that have kids or little siblings, so if anyone wants to
To
bring
take your
extra,
spots,
yeah.
okay. You give up your 2 spots,
Yeah.
okay. Sounds good,
Okay,
all
that's
right,
okay.
no problem. Okay, any other questions on Lupita's report? Okay, perfect, thank you so much, Lupita, and also committee, it was a very productive.
July no
one.
meeting, ¿verdad?
That would be June the 9th, then no meeting in July, and then the next
September
meeting,
8th.
August, we will have a regular meeting in August, and then September is our next presenter.
Es la Becky Palomo, ¿verdad?
Yes.
In September.
Es cost synergy.
Okay, let's move on now to item number B, review of action plan by Laredo Commission Chair. Yes, in August, I will probably be assigning a committee to review the action plan already for the following year, the 24-25 year. So I had asked Angie to please, print a copy so that you all can review it, have an idea of, what we are doing. And I'd like to just go over it and share some information in regards to one of the items that I'm having troubles with.
Do we have that in our packet?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, it should be in your packet. Does everybody have the action plan? Okay. So on the first one, voter participation campaign, I believe we tried to do that and we couldn't because of issues dealing with the Laredo votes 24 and so on. So we participated, I guess, in our own way as women, but not as the Laredo Commission. Breast cancer awareness.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Does that mean that that's out?
No, I'm just
okay.
saying what we've done so
Oh,
far.
okay,
I'm just
okay.
reviewing this
Yeah.
is the one that we have for 24-25. Now, next year, there's no election, so we might wanna consider
Yes.
Something else, no?
what election?
We have
midterms.
Congress, we
Yes.
have midterms.
Oh, okay.
We have
That's the
six.
mayor
So,
telling to
okay,
do.
well, we'll have to probably rewrite this.
Reworded, yeah.
Reworded. But anyway, that's why I'm giving you this so that we can see, what do we wanna keep, what do we wanna delete for the next year?
I have a question.
Yes,
For
ma'am.
those who are online, is there a way that they can email us all of that, package electronically and, the dates of the upcoming meetings too?
Angie,
Yeah, I can send you the link and the attachments.
Thank you, Angie.
You go.
thank you. Okay, so yes, be thinking about how we would want to word the one, how we wanna participate in the midterm elections, okay?
Yeah.
And then number 2, breast cancer awareness as well. And Angie, I'm going to ask you again, I know I had asked Ms. Solis when she was overseeing us, as a liaison, and to please keep us, if you know whenever the city's having events, like for breast cancer awareness and things like that, to
Okay.
let me know, okay? So that then we can in turn represent the Laredo Commission. That's the only way that we can do that, or attend any of the cancer awareness events, okay? International Women's Day celebration, we did that, we participated, Lupita and I, this year.
Yes.
And the bridge ceremony, it was very nice, and we were able to represent the Laredo Commission for
Yes.
Women, so we need to do it again for the following
Very
year.
nice.
Uh-huh. The Women's Empowering Conference, that was also done very beautifully, very well executed, and it was on March the 29th, just like we proposed, and everything went very well, and very well networking among women. Women's Health Promotion Month was in, what month
May,
was
it says
that?
May.
In May. I haven't heard anything right now. Angie, do you know if City of Laredo, is doing anything that we can go and represent the
I
Laredo
haven't
Commission?
heard, seen any emails from the city.
You haven't?
No.
Okay. Will you let me know if you
Yes,
do?
I'll try to.
We still have, what, 2 more weeks left in the month, and if you can let me know.
Something at
I did
T-Mobile.
mention it to Dr. Chamberlain at one time when I spoke with him, and he said he would also let me know, and I haven't heard. I know there's a lot of things that are going on with the health department, but in regards to specifically with women, I would like to know, and we could represent.
There's some, not relying completely on the city events, but also there's some other organizations and businesses that are doing something. So maybe we just don't depend on the city's, resources, but maybe expand it, City of Laredo resources, expand it to citywide. So we could get, more information and more opportunities, if that's
Did we
okay.
have something there at the Juanita Perez Park? So we had a little stand.
Oh, well, that was last year, the year before, yes, and we went, remember?
Yeah.
And that was
And
sponsored by the
what
city.
did they
It
have?
was a breast cancer awareness.
Oh.
Yes,
I see.
yes, you went, and Mary Lou Ibarra went, and I went,
See,
yes.
see, I remember.
But like you say, there are other organizations,
And
that we can
businesses.
participate, or businesses.
So instead of just,
But even though we represent the city,
But the whole thing is that why should we not be able to expand our resources?
right, so we just wanna make sure that there's not a conflict with the
Yeah.
city that we're
Promoting some other-
representing
Another
the
organization.
city.
Well, maybe
Not representing
this-
the organization, just, that is not in conflict, we just need to make sure.
I think we just need to go into the city's health website, and I bet you they have a lot of activities planned that we're not aware of.
That we're not what? That we're
Aware
not
of.
No, we're
not aware of.
And then we can just like contact
Angie, can
someone
you
at
help
the
us with
health
that?
department.
If you can go into the website for the city
Just checking what they have.
and checking what they have, and then just email us and say, ladies, in May, they're gonna have this and this and
Yeah, I
this,
can-
or let me know,
Because
and then I
I'm
can,
sure they have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know that there's 2 events going on that are very interesting.
They
But,
can. Who's doing it?
Yeah, I can do that off camera, but, I could go ahead and talk about it, but I think we should be able to participate in that, if maybe not, I don't think there's a problem officially, but we can always ask if we're gonna be careful,
Yes.
but I know,
But we better ask.
but
Well,
it
it's
doesn't
better
hurt.
to ask, but
It doesn't
better
hurt,
we
but at
say-
least personally, if you can't go.
Oh, personally, yes, but
Oh,
not
yes. We
representing.
can't do it
not
officially
representing,
then.
yeah, not representing.
Personally,
the
but
city.
it's really important what they're having is really
But
It's
you can
really
share
good.
that with us
Yeah,
and
I'd
we
love
can
to.
go on our own. Okay, very good. Now, this is the one where I have a little concern, ladies, the next one. From the beginning, I've talked to, try to get somebody to do that web page that we talked about, item number 6. I mentioned it to, Ms. Negron, and she said she would get back to me, and of course, I mean, to this, I haven't heard anything. And Angie, have you heard anything about the webpage? No. So, I did make a phone call this morning to see where else I can get some guidance from the city so that we can know, how we can, the city can help us with this creation of this webpage. I spoke to Jerry Leal, and he asked me to talk to, he spoke to someone that is in charge of the web pages, or the city web pages.
Uh-huh.
And his name, what's his name, Angie? I told you to email?
Jerry Allen?
No,
Carlos Ramirez?
Carlos Ramirez, uh-huh.
Back,
So,
back in the days, I don't know if you can recall, Sylvia or Esther, they tried doing one and they did away with it, for.
can you let me finish my presentation and then I'll let you?
Well, I'm telling you, it's exactly the same thing that you're talking about, because Carlos Ramirez was, in charge of that back many years ago. And they think that there was a conflict and they took it off.
Okay,
But I mean,
let me just finish this and then we can see what happened in the past, okay? So, what happened is he told me that I needed to email our liaison, which is Angie, and request for her to ask Mr. Ramirez. And that's what Angie did, of course, we're following protocol, right? And so then Angie, also contacted Analisa Perez Gomez, who is, her supervisor, right, Angie? So this is what we got, and I sent you, I gave you a copy of the email. Do you have it, Esther? Okay, and so it's saying that if we're interested in creating a website, there are 2 available options, okay? Number 1, the city hosted website, which we may request through the city secretary's office. And this would resemble the Veterans Commission page, which I haven't seen. They have a Veterans Affairs page probably. Please note that this type of website is fairly static and not intended for frequent updates. In other words, so we couldn't be saying, oh, we did this, here's some pictures, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do the other, and keep it more updated. It's just like very there. And so then it says the city staff are not able commit much time to serve as content editors for commission pages. I will need to seek further guidance on this process if you choose this option. Option number 2 is independent website. If you require more functionality and plan to update your website regularly, you may pursue funding to outsource both the creation and hosting of an independent site. In this case, the city of Laredo would not host the site, but could provide a link to the city's official pages. So that means we will have to come up with funding, create a page, upload pictures. Who has the time to do? I mean,
So can I
unless
ask,
somebody.
well said, but when I spoke to my council member, he asked, why not? He said, why not? Why didn't you all record the women's conference? And I went, they weren't there. We reached out and we didn't get a response. He goes, why didn't you call me and let me know? So why can we not then just talk to our council member and say, do you see this possible? That we could get that. So if the city needs to fund it, get guidance from them what we should do, yeah.
Apparently, according to Diana, you've tried it in the past and it hasn't
Not
worked.
this way, not this way.
Well, if the city hosted web page, always go with the wording that they put, right?
Right.
Please note that this type of website is fairly static and not intended for frequent updates.
Right.
So we don't want frequent updates, just once a month.
Right.
because to me, frequent is every day
Right.
We
or
don't know.
once a year.
We don't
We don't
know.
know what
We
they
don't
do.
know.
But we could at least update it
Once a month.
once a month. After our meeting and what we decide we wanna do, then we can do that. When,
But we don't know.
We have a question
Yes,
from
okay.
Ms. Morales.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, yes, so this might be completely a thought outside of the box. I still wanna put it out there in case you wanna entertain it. What about, Facebook and Instagram handle? And why do I say that? I say that because I see that more and more users are moving from websites
I get that, but they
into
still wanna pay.
immediate content where you have videos.
It should be.
I'm sorry, right here, a little bit of feedback there. Where you have videos, where you have lives, like the women's conference, we could have record pieces of the speakers live on a Facebook handle. What I also like about the Facebook handle is that several of us could have access to upload pictures or video, so that way we can make it more interactive and have much more
Not just
of
that.
a broader reach instead of just people taking a look at a stagnant page. Because the reality of it is that now with all of this information and the way technology travels so fast,
social
it's
media.
hard to find a user that's gonna go into a stagnant page just to see monthly updates. You know, we're used to the interaction of social media where you continue to see a lot of content. And content can be easily created as long as you have a speaker or as long as you have something that we can just upload. And even, I don't know, we can make it public with live meetings if we want to. It's just a thought for you to
This is
consider.
a live meeting.
It's also,
Yes, but
it's also
I think what
something that it's free.
I think what Gabriela might also intend is like we can put the link
Links,
to the
the
live
links.
on our social media so that people can be actively listening without having to search for something else, without having to go out of their way to look for this live.
In the face.
I don't
in
think
the
it should be
Facebook,
just that, I don't think it should be either or, I think it should be the all. We should do it every way possible. I don't think it should just be either or, because you can put the links in your Facebook, you can put the
Yes.
links in Instagram, you can do that. But I think that if we sit down and talk to our council members and just run it by them and see what they have to say, because that was what were asking us. Why wasn't it,
Well, the thing is, it's been approved, the councilmen know, because it was approved by them. This action plan has been approved by the councilmen, they know, they approved it. They know that I read every single item, and they know what they approved. So that item was approved by our councilmen, they're aware
maybe they need to hear the details of it.
of
Because,
what's.
let's just get the details of it and how much can we do, because we are gonna grow to, definitely not gonna just use a website, we're gonna definitely use every other social media resource that we can.
Right, no, and I agree, Gabby, with you about,
That's
other
very good,
sources of social media, you're right, nowadays, that's what everybody uses, and,
Yeah.
but, yes, ma'am.
May I suggest that we, maybe, form a committee that can work with the council members and the city technology
Mr.
department?
Ramirez,
To find an easier path to get this done.
Well, I think, yes, and I agree, I think the key person here though is Ana Elisa Perez Gomez, because she's the one that sent this email. This is coming from her, and I think she's the one that can guide us a little bit more or assist.
But I think what Effie's saying is us, here, the commission, former
To
committee.
form a.
Yes, no, I'm saying, yeah, I
Okay.
agree, but with her in the committee,
Right,
like with
right.
her,
Yeah.
that
We
way
work
she,
together,
yeah.
because like, they helped us publish
yeah,
the women's conference
right,
through their website, and that turned out great, because it I mean, a lot of people do notice.
Right.
There's
Yes, no,
social
no, I
media.
totally agree. Come up with a committee and make sure that Annalisa is in the committee as well, and Angie, so they can both be knowing what we're thinking, what we're asking, because in essence, we can ask all we want, but they're the ones that can officially ask, you know, the people that are in charge.
Right.
So,
I
okay,
just have another comment. We would, in part with the library, we would have to seek legal advice and see if we could assist the commission or how we can assist the commission.
well, she's assisting right here with our legal advice.
No, if you wanna choose the, like, option one.
I know, but this is assistance,
Yes,
right?
yes.
This
I don't
is
think that's
assistance?
Yes, but if you wanna go further, then I think she needs to go and seek legal advice and see how
Well, what-
we can.
Right, we could
When
do
we're there.
Yeah, yeah.
When we're there,
Assist.
when we're
Yes.
there,
Yeah.
and we know what we're gonna do, what we're gonna want, what we're requesting,
Yeah.
then we run it by our council members, and then to legal, do whatever the necessary steps are.
I'm sure she knows the limitations.
Right.
Right, yeah, okay, so, okay, so in regards to this item number 6, I think that, what would be the next step, to create that committee?
Yes.
Okay, so I will assign a committee in, in August. No, in July,
No, we're not.
wait, we have, next month. No, yes, in June, next
June,
month,
we have
right?
a speaker, don't we?
We have a speaker.
June, we have a speaker.
July,
Special
and then
meeting.
August, so then I was in August, August assigned committee, right? For website, okay. Anybody, wanna, volunteer to be on the committee?
I volunteer, Frida.
Okay, Frida.
I was gonna do the same.
Gabby, would you like to hear you?
Yeah, please do, thank you.
Okay,
Sandra, I wanna volunteer also.
who is it?
She's Laura.
Laura, okay, yes, definitely.
And me too.
Laura,
Please.
yes, okay. Very good.
So it's Gabby.
Well, I'll assign officially the committee in August, so that we can know when we're gonna meet and who else.
Please,
Yes,
please.
absolutely, so have Frida, Gabby, Laura, and.
Yes, and I already have an email for the commission, so it would be really easy to create the website. I think there are some websites that charge you $8 a month to have a website, and then social media is free, so.
Wow. That's why I like
Yes, and that's what she has to be in the.
She's the-
committee.
she's the young
That.
one.
Very good ideas, ladies, thank you so much, yeah, it can, I know, and things happen, but we can make it better, we can
Sí.
improve things, and there's really sometimes no reason why things can't happen.
Yes.
Okay.
Totally agree.
So yes, thank you so much, I appreciate that, and todo se puede, right? All right. And so then, now, item number 7, going back to the action plan, briefings and presentations, that is also taking place, it's been very successful, and, we did good this year with that. And so basically, it's number 6 that we're gonna continue to work on, in regards to the action plan, but we do need to revisit it again, whoever is gonna be the new chairperson and whoever is going to be in the committee, so that then it can be presented for the 25-26 year to the city council again.
I have a question, if I may. On number 4, I know that we had the very successful, conference on the 29th, but come the following year,
It'll be the Hall of Fame.
the Hall of
Yes,
Fame.
right, that-
Will you continue as well with that, conference or until the
And
following?
not this year, probably until the following.
Yeah, you
I
guys
would
said it
say-
was gonna be one
Yes,
one.
yes, yeah, we had already discussed that, so it would be that
Hall
would
of
be a
Fame.
change to the Hall of Fame, yes. Good question, yes. Okay, any other questions, ladies, in regards to the action plan? And like I said, this is very important, those are good things to discuss and to bring up and to remember whenever the committee looks into it again, okay?
Very good.
Excellent, all right, next we have, I believe that's it, right? Scheduling of the next meeting, which is June the 9th, and we have a speaker, and we're gonna have the refreshments, and you're gonna invite guests, and we're gonna have this place full.
Are we gonna have like a list of guests? Cause I think this is gonna be very successful and we're gonna have to say no at some point.
Well, I think everybody gets an opportunity to introduce their guests, or is that what
But,
you're
I mean,
asking?
is there, do we have, are we gonna keep a name list in case, so we don't go over?
Oh, as to who's bringing,
Who's coming?
who's coming?
Wait, cause this is a very important
Well,
topic.
Okay, so how many members, okay, that's a good question, Esther, let's look at our roster. So right
Okay.
now, active members, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 times, 3
Three.
is how many?
39?
39.
39, that would be perfect. So each one of us can only bring 3 people, and Frida's giving up her 3.
I need to, I'll be at a conference that week.
So you won't be
I
here,
won't be here.
okay? So then if everybody brings
Said
3,
you, yes, because muchas veces te dicen que sí, at
Y
the
no.
last minute.
No,
Pero
they
bien.
can make.
I
So
think
Esther,
we should
what
do
is
a
it
little
that
bit
you
more
would-
than
what you're
3,
asking?
maybe
Well,
4.
I like to, cause I'm gonna go public with it,
Sí.
but I'm gonna go public
well,
with
as
it, and I
long as
wanna
you don't
know,
exceed
and
what,
I want them to reserve and give me the names and confirm, and I'll be calling my list. But I,
charge them.
What?
Okay,
Or
so,
that's what happened at the conference, that we had an over number of, well,
but, yes,
And
so,
then
but
so we stopped the list or the invitees.
that's why we wanna be able to
Yeah.
invite
Going
and
to
make sure,
confirm, sí.
confirm.
well, a lot of them confirmed, Letty, right?
Yeah, but that was a
Confirm.
list of 145. I'm only gonna call my 10.
Don't get me
I'm gonna
started
invite
on-
10. I don't mind 10, cause I want it to fill. I mean,
Yes,
it's a very
yeah.
important topic.
Very good
I
topic.
think people are gonna be very interested in it, women are.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what
very
do we
good.
wanna confirm? Everybody confirm?
Everybody.
Everybody,
confirm
there's
the
somebody
meeting.
has a
They're all
master
their own
list.
people.
Somebody has a master list, like Angie.
Angie,
And
can
say,
we
Angie,
confirm
I've
with
got 10 names, here we go, and I'm gonna be responsible to
Get on
confirm
calls
my
or-
people,
Oh,
Angie.
no.
Email,
They're just
email.
gonna send you the list.
The list.
Every council,
Who's coming?
each of us will
We'll
send you our
email you.
list and we will confirm our guest.
So you know how
Okay.
many people will be here.
Okay.
Okay, guys, are you all listening to that, Rosa Maria and Gabby?
Yes.
That we're going
I'd
to,
like to read.
yeah, we're going to email.
Mr.
You
inviting
don't have to
10.
do anything.
No,
Just add.
10 people?
Yeah.
That's overflow.
That's 3,
That
6,
thing,
9,
I got
Ah,
Nikki's,
you got
and I got,
So
hello.
only Esther.
Yes.
She's
Nine.
taking mine
You're not
away.
coming either?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, 12.
You
I
already
mean,
took it.
that's what we're saying. Let's have a list because if there's only 25, we gotta get on the phone and call
And
other
call more.
people. We're good?
Okay, so ultimately from what I understand is each one of us is going to email Angie our 3 to 4 guests
Yes.
or more if you have more.
Yes.
Oye, excuse me, may I-
And the topic is the school vouchers, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Es lo que iba a
Very
decir, school
interesting.
voucher, nomás
Thank
les
you.
decimos que we're gonna have the person call, esta señora,
Ca-
Que va a
Morales,
hablar de los school vouchers, if they're interested in coming.
Like your
Yeah.
daughter-in-law, would be great for your daughter-in-law.
And we can
Because she's a
afford ask her
teacher.
other questions, but we'll take it to
It's good for teachers because they're gonna get questions from the parents. It's good for teachers, it's good for
Do
officers.
the parents know que son los vouchers?
They-
Well, that's what
That's why.
A lot of the parents don't know,
Por eso,
right?
digo yo, it's lack of information.
That's
That's
why
why we have her.
teachers should come,
Yes.
like they don't know.
Okay, so
They don't,
Angie,
they don't.
again, let me just finalize this, ladies, going back to this item, on our speaker next month. To please email your 3 or 4 people, whoever is confirmed to come, and then Angie, before, let us know how many have confirmed, and then that gives us an opportunity to either invite more or just stop the invitation, correct?
Yes.
But we're gonna be the ones confirming, not
Yeah,
Angie.
not me.
Right, no,
Yes.
no, no.
Yes.
We con-
Sí.
when
each
we
confirm
send
our
her,
guests.
somebody
Sí.
confirm. Yes. Yes, but you're right, you're absolutely right, because otherwise people say, yeah, I'm going, and then they don't show up, we could have invited, like you said, we could have invited them.
Okay, that's true.
Okay, excellent. Anything else?
For
Okay.
June the 9th, the speaker.
I, yes. Adjourn the meeting. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you.
And it would be for the 5:30 at that time, the speaker?
Yes.
Yeah, same time.
The same
Same time, like we did the last time.
Who made the motion?